Namataye Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Namine Guru Vadana Vido Nisyantata Desha Vrinda Nirvita Nija Guru Hari Vanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto Parihita Pitrige Hadyanda Sangsara Kupaha Prabhu Bhajana Sukabdo Majayan Sonsa Visho Bhui Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha. So Vyasa Puja celebration is like my Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj is like my favorite festival of the year, because I can shamelessly and without caring for what anyone thinks, more on this day than any other day, glorify him, and no one can say anything about it. So then they can otherwise also, but who cares? So today we are celebrating Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj's most ecstatic Vyasa Puja celebration, and I've been preparing for this Vyasa Puja since last Vyasa Puja. And no, seriously, I've been writing this down. So, I don't know where to start. Okay, and they're all over the place, just like my mind. So, yeah, I was listening to this lecture of Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj. I was mentioning to him this morning. It's called How to Be a True Disciple. And it has like a 3-series lecture, it's a 3-part lecture. I strongly recommend everyone who wants to be a true disciple to listen to it, so please listen to it. So it's a 3-part lecture, and in the third lecture, Maharaj actually says that he spent so much of his time in his life meditating upon Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in order for him to compile this amazing Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhava that Kamalini Majidi so amazingly glorified. He spent so much of his time meditating upon Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, getting all the nectar from everyone else, meeting Jati Shekhar Prabhu. He spent so much time meditating upon him that he's very careful to make sure that he doesn't imitate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is trying his level best to imbibe all the qualities of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And in this lecture, Maharaj actually says that if we want to understand him, we can read Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhava and then we can actually understand him better. It's minute number 37 of lecture number 3. It's such an ecstatic point, and that really helped me increase my prayer to the previous acharyas more also, because I also felt like very much connected praying to Srila Prabhupada and praying to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I was able to understand my own spiritual master, his mood and his mission, which is non-different from the previous acharyas, to be there. And in the same lecture also, Maharaj also says that he requests all his disciples to please pray for him. This was in 2009 or something like that. In 2009, he requests all his disciples to please pray for him. Please pray for me that I have a long life and a good health, so I can write a lot of these books. So, Maharaj's main service is book publication and distribution. And he's distributing lots of books, and he's also publishing lots of books simultaneously. How he's doing that, only him and Srila Prabhupada know, because Prabhupada is also doing the same thing. So, in this lecture, he says, we should pray for him. So then I remember, I think this was the 13th of September when we had our biggest day, when Maharaj was here. The 13th of September, that point of time, we were all sitting together, all the book distributors, the men and the women, we were all sitting together, and then that time we had a meeting, and then I said that Maharaj has requested, remember this? Maharaj has requested us to please pray for his health, and he's going through a lot of things, so he wanted us to pray for him in order to get like a lot of strength. Remember, he told both of us this in his room. And so then I was really thinking, like, what are the chances Krishna's going to ever hear my prayer? I thought the chances are really low. So then, then I had this realization that if we did go out and distribute lots of books, then we could please the Yajna Purush Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We could please Lord Chaitanya, and then, we could make a prayer to him. And then we had that meeting, and then we went and we broke the world record, and we distributed like so many books that day. I think close to 7,000 books or something. And that was like the most special day for me, especially like the 4,092, that time when we broke the world record. At that point, it was very special for me because at that point of time, Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj took us out on book distribution. He took out Vishnu Chitta Prabhu, Matsya Prabhu, and myself. He took us out on book distribution on the plea of buying a bag, which he returned anyway. So like that was just like some cover up, He really wanted to teach us how to distribute books, and until then I really didn't know how to distribute books. And then no, seriously. And then like I remember just walking the street with Maharaj, and like it just became like a completely transcendental place. And I swear I'm not on drugs or anything. It was really a really transcendental experience. Maharaj was just walking, and people were just walking up to us and just buying books from us left, right, and center. There was this guy like driving in the middle of the road. He saw Maharaj and he stopped the car and he started honking at it and said, "What you got in your hands? Bring it over. Come on, show me what you got." And then I showed him the books and I want 2 of them. And he bought 2 stacks from me on the spot. I was thinking, this is so freaking crazy. That never happened to me before. And then so many people, I saw Maharaj distributing books. Actually, I turn on the TV. I have a video evidence for this. Maharaj distributed so many books, I know I'm keeping a timer, okay? Okay, so, Maharaj distributed so many books, and it was unbelievable. I was actually seeing, like, how Maharaj preaches to these people, how he, like, how he's, like, such an expert book distributor. I just never really understood this art of book distribution until that day, really. I still don't understand it now, but closer than before. There's this video, I'll play it right now. It's just a 1 or 2 minute video. And then we can see how Maharaj is preaching to this Mataji and making her buy Srila Prabhupada's books. She has the books in her hand. You see that? Okay, so yeah, so Maharaj like this, he was distributing books like crazy. And then like that's when we kind of, yeah, really, I'm not even playing. I have another video, but, huh? Oh, whoa. Okay. It's like spoiler. Okay. So yeah, so Maharaj, he was distributing so many books, and that's when I understood, this is how we distribute books. That was so awesome. So many people were buying books from Maharaj like this. And then I remember, that morning, that it was a Saturday morning, and the night before, Vishnu Prabhu and myself were meeting with him, and I told Maharaj, tomorrow I want to go crazy out on books. He told, go crazy, Mahotsa, go crazy. I thought, now I'm really unleash the beast. And then, and I remember, that morning showed Maharaj, all the vans, loaded with the books, and he was super duper into it. And then, before he left in the van, I don't remember who was driving, he looked at me and he did like this. I was like, all right, it's showtime, you know. And then it just, the books just started flying out, and it was really ecstatic. And that was the day we did 4,092 books in a day. I mean, myself, and then like the whole team did a lot more. So, you know, on this Vyasa Puja day, I'm just trying to like, you know, understand, you know, the importance of this day, and how awesome it is to have such a bona fide, perfect spiritual master. You know, his, you know, meditating upon his transcendental form, you know, every morning, you know, me personally, as part of my sadhana, before the Guru Vashtakam, before 4:30 a.m. every day, I meditate upon the Yatindrashtakam, which are 8 verses glorifying him, which we will be singing today during the Aarti. And that's really helped me increase my book distribution service to him and Srila Prabhupada. And, you know, I strongly recommend anyone else who wants to get a great dose of inspiration to kindly meditate upon that also. You know, sometimes, you know, we wonder, you know, what are we doing? We're going into like the mouth of Aghasura, this big demon. You know, we're all going in there, we're fighting, and we're doing all these things. But, you know, Maharaj is there, you know, he's the commander. And like, you know, in one lecture he says, the order of my commander will protect me. So we are confident, you know, we're going out there preaching to so many people in so many not so favorable circumstances, to do all these things. But we must always have this faith that the order of a commander will protect us. He's a commander and we're foot soldiers, and we have to fight forward. That's all. And honestly, we are not qualified to be, you know, leader or anything like this, but it's simply battlefield commission. You know, this is all that's left. So Maharaj speaks about this in Guru Issues Part 13. He speaks extensively about this, where he speaks about the spirit of risk. You know, we may have so many anarthas, especially, me personally, have so many anarthas, and, you know, the poison of personal ambition, etc., etc. But the poison of separation from the spiritual master certainly overshadows, you know, the poison of personal ambition. You know, although Abhimanyu Sudha Prabhu came up with this, for the record, my desire is that the Bible belt will soon, very soon, become the Srimad Bhagavatam belt. We will be able to distribute so many Bhagavatams here. And yeah, you know, Maharaj is here. You know, he's sending us so many nice men, so many nice women. More are yet to come. You know, the Sankirtan army is here, and it's only growing bigger. So we will crush any obstacles which come in front of us. Let it be feminism, let it be Sahajavad, let it be bogus nonsense-vad, or whatever else it may be. We will nicely crush all of this with a smile on our face, with the way to share Prabhupada's books, crush everything that comes in our way, and make sure that these books go out, that Prabhupada's message is preached as it is, that we distribute Prabhupada's books, we read Prabhupada's books, and we live by Srila Prabhupada's books. So on this auspicious day of my spiritual master's appearance day, I'd like to beg from him to give me one drop of Guru Bhakti that he has for his own spiritual master. I have nothing to offer to him but millions and millions of obeisances all the time. And just like how Gandhari tried to make Duryodhana have an impenetrable armor, make his body invincible, I pray that Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj showers his Kripa Drishti, his merciful glance upon all of his disciples, and give us the impenetrable armor of his mercy. And I beg him that with Srila Prabhupada guiding his attacks, guiding all his attacks on the material energy and all the obstacles which come in his devotees' way, he uses myself and Vishnu Chitta Prabhu as his Gandiva bow to destroy his enemy. So Srila Bhakti Vikasa Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, taking over the world with Srila Prabhupada's transcendental book distribution Ki Jai. And I did it in 14 minutes. Okay? Hare Krishna. And like Maharaj says, if you like it, please don't clap your hands, say sadhu, sadhu, that's all.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So, who among the devotees have written offerings? Please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Among the men, just 3 of you? Okay. Among the Matajis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 of them. All right. Okay, it's going to be rapid fire session. Sandanacharya Prabhu. That's right. Okay. So next in line will be Jita Girish Prabhu. And then followed by Nick, and followed by Ramdas Abhiram Prabhu, and then Nick, Bhakta Nick, and then we're gonna go to all the Matajis who have offerings written.
Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharya Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatharya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinda. I haven't prepared anything per se, but just a few things that every day we're chanting this song in the morning, and every day we're getting enlivened thinking about the spiritual master. And to think about what we've been given, it's kind of, for some of us it's inconceivable. All of us it's inconceivable, but for some of us it's like, it's life, because there's like, for those who've been involved in the movement beforehand, it's quite a big difference to come in from such a place where nobody knows what's going on to a place where there is direct devotional service, where there is a direction there's a team that's being led with a one-pointed attention. And we see that in the leader, we see that in Guru Maharaj, we see that intense focus of proving the society of devotees and also the karmis that Krishna consciousness is the way of living and not compromising any principle at all. And so you can see that one-pointed attention that's there in the spiritual master, and so then it's also reflected in his disciples, in all his disciples, in his aspiring disciples. It's reflected, and it's so amazing, like you were saying, that how is it that that these devotees are able to come up so quickly? It's because the spiritual master is leading the way, and we're simply just following. He's taking the boat, and we're just collecting people on the way. They don't have to start on zero again on land. We're just collecting people along the way. They get on the boat, and they're becoming very advanced devotees very fast. And even if they, my personal experience, devotional service being very slow, and then coming association with his disciple, and then the level of devotional service increasing by, I don't know how long it would have taken me to get to the place I am, which is not very far, but I'm sure there would be very little to no advancement in Krishna consciousness without the association of his disciples and his aspiring disciples. And so the disciples more or less kind of give an indication of who the spiritual master is. But that's why one has to be a serious disciple, because it determines the mission of the spiritual master and what the mood of the spiritual master is. And so we see that in all our God brothers, not just in America, which is probably, this is the biggest number of disciples that have congregated in so many, or aspiring disciples, Western aspiring disciples, in, I don't know, ever, I guess, in the West, I don't So to see that one-pointed direction, not just in the Western disciple, but in India also, just seeing those devotees, they look very surrendered. They're not just here and there, what we see in general society, within our devotional society. So it shows us the level of seriousness that Bhakti Vikasa Swami has, and the level of devotion that he has, that purity is the force. And you can see that firsthand. There's nothing else there, it's just purity. You look at him and it's like, okay, this person is as real as it gets. And so we're following him in that regard, and we're trying to keep that going. And as long as we, as God brothers and God sisters, and we keep that purity there, then we can continue to serve him and continue to represent who he is as a spiritual master. And so I'm very grateful. I can't, every day I think about how fortunate I am to be. I won't cry when I talk about him, but I'll cry when I talk about the devotees. We don't have any, right? So we don't have much time. Okay, I'm going to have to get over it. Okay, so it's so fortunate to be in association of his disciples. It's just every day seeing their dedication and the surrender, and it's just like, wow, you really want to serve those devotees. And this year has been like the happiest year of my life. I've never been happier in, like... Okay, so just even just driving the van, and I'm not particularly doing book distribution so much anymore, but just cleaning the floors. There's many days where I just like, wow, I'm serving the devotees. I'm just like very happy. I'm like, wow, I've never. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the only time of the year I cry. And Prabhupada's disappearance and Vyasa Puja. So every day I'm feeling happier and happier. But then you're describing, in the songs that you give purports to that, how this little happiness is nothing that we've experienced yet. How Narottam Das Thakur is such a great devotee and he's experiencing such a higher level, but he's feeling himself to be fallen. So we're getting a little taste and it's feeling like, wow, this is an ocean of bliss that's available here. And it's not like, you're going out or we're not like the most prominent people in society in general. We're not the most famous. But you get to experience how just by performing menial devotional service, how that's so exalted and the level of happiness and satisfaction that's derived by that. And that's primarily coming from serving the spiritual master and his associates. And so that's the purpose of our life, is to serve the spiritual master through his associates, through his close associates, through his disciples who are very close to him. And so we can continue to do that with our life and maintain that mood. The spiritual master is very pleased. And so this center is a perfect representation of that. And we'll do our best and lay our life down to continue that service. And many of the God brothers that I'm with and the aspiring God brothers, they're willing to lay their life down for the mission. We're willing to stick it out through the thick and thin. And so we can stick together like this. It's going to be very difficult. More difficult times will come. So it's just important to always recognize that we're in a very fortunate position, that we're an association of devotees and we're able to serve such great devotees. And we should not have the mentality of, I want to do this and I want to do that. We should accept the level of service that is given by the devotees to us. And if we accept that, we'll just remain happy all our life. Otherwise, the desire, the lava pratishtha, to be worshipped, that will take over and then we'll end up back in stool again. So it's important to understand this point, that to serve those devotees who are serving the spiritual master so dedicatedly, that is the service of someone on a level. I can't serve my spiritual master directly. I am serving those devotees. I'm serving the book distribution. We're serving the mission. Whatever is going on, we're serving that mission. If we develop that mood, then as the lecture closing the gap, we will close the gap. And we'll become very close to the spiritual master. Even we may be very far in distance physically, but we're very close because he's sitting within the heart. So all glories to his Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj, who is so dear to our heart. He's the only thing that we know, that we live and breathe every day. So, Hare Krishna. Okay, sorry, I was in soap opera. Who's next?
Let's make it short and sweet. Yes. Sorry? This one we're going to do short and sweet. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshashinivadi Paschadide Shatanine. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to his divine grace. Srila Prabhupada glorified his spiritual master as the medium of pure devotional service in the purport of Canto 4, Chapter 1, Text 1 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Attempting to imbibe a particle of Srila Prabhupada's exemplary mood, it's my aspiration to glorify you in the same spirit. By his divine grace, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya, who began this Krishna consciousness movement of Bhagavat Dharma 500 years ago. And through his grace let us offer our obeisances to the 6 Goswamis, and then let us offer our obeisances to Radha and Krishna, the spiritual couple who enjoy eternally in Vrindavan. Let us also offer our respectful obeisances to all the devotees and eternal servitors of the Supreme Lord. Guru Maharaj, without your mercy, I wouldn't have a chance to approach anybody worth approaching. Without the shelter you provide me, I would still be stuck feeding the sickness of my material desires. First and foremost, I offer my respectful obeisances unto your servants, my God brothers, without which I would have no relationship with you. They are worshipful, and it's through their exemplary activities that I can see the purity of your teachings and guidance. Please continue to guide all of us. With whatever infinitesimal potency I have, please let me engage in your service. Forever indebted, your servant Jitagirish Das.
Share a story. I'm gonna run off a little bit on Kalki. I'm gonna share a story. It's my offering. It's in my offering as well. But I want to share a story about something it's in my offering, but Kalki covered as well. Is it okay? A little story, just a little bit. Thank you. So one thing was Kalki had mentioned. Oh wait, before I begin, sorry. Hare Krishna, Bhakti Vikasa Swami, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. One thing is that one thing I want to mention, or in my offering, it was that to follow in my footsteps of my god brothers and sisters. But I didn't imagine it would actually come true when Kalki was giving his speech. So one thing was when I was waiting in Europe, I was trying to serve Guru Maharaj, and I was waiting in the hall. Guru Maharaj came out, and he was asking me like, "What was one thing you like in the trip?" So I was like, "I get to see how merciful you are." So I end up in the same position with Kalki when Guru Maharaj, when he said something to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj asked him back a question. It was like, Guru Maharaj asked me, like, am I not merciful in my videos? And I was like, oh man, I was like, what did I just put myself into? I'm not even initiated yet. You know, so I kind of follow my God brother footstep already. So here we go. I'm very thankful for this special occasion for allowing me to share my gratitude and appreciation. Unfortunately, I'm too deep in ignorance to realize my good fortune. Even before I got initiated, I want to please you, Guru Maharaj. My every attempt seems... My every attempt seems like I'm failing more and more. After seeing my god brothers and sisters, I wish I could follow in their footsteps, pleasing you, Guru Maharaj. My only wish is to keep coming back life after life to serve you, Guru Maharaj. I do not want to be on top of any list. I do not even wish to be known. I just wish that my action can please you, Guru Maharaj. Majority of the people might not want to return to this material world. But I have a desire to return. I have a desire to return. I have a desire to return just so I can serve you, Guru Maharaj, better and better, birth after birth. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is given that even the Mother Ganges pray to neutralize the sinful reaction of the people in general who comes to bathe there. And when Mother Ganges was worried, she was assured that a pure devotee of the Lord bathed in her will be able to neutralize the sinful reaction. If Mother Ganji depends on a pure devotee like you, Guru Maharaj, to help purify her with the reactions of these sins, then I just imagine how fortunate I am to have taken shelter at your lotus feet. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1:15, O Sutta, those great sages who have taken complete shelter at your lotus feet, at the lotus feet of the Lord, can at once sanctify those who come in contact with them, whereas the water of the Ganges can sanctify after prolonged use. A pure devotee of the Lord are more powerful than the water of the sacred river Ganges. So we see that one can derive spiritual benefit out of the prolonged use of the Ganges water, but one can be sanctified at once by the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord. My only desire is to continue book distribution life after life, just so that these souls get connected with the Parampara system. Please, I beg you, Guru Maharaj, for your mercy, blessings, so that I can continue distributing books, so that the souls of the Kali Yoga can be ultimately delivered. Your humble servant, Ram Das Abhiram Das. Hare Krishna.
Little Ram, just little philosophical correction we need to do before we send your offering, and I don't want to get into it right now. Just slight thing. Okay, Bhakti Nick. Devotees who are offering obeisances should do so when the previous speaker is ending. Otherwise, I can just have Mahabharata as well. You read? Mahabharata. Next Mahabharata is
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Tinamine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine. Namaste Sarasdeva Gauravani Bhajarani Nirvisesa Shrimate Vyasa Deshita. Dear Guru Maharaj, you are an ocean of mercy. Thank you for your undeviating instructions that push forward the mission of Srila Prabhupada. By your unwavering and staunch teachings, you perfectly fulfill the ambitions of the Parampara. You are truly the king of sannyasis. Your purity is definitely reflected amongst your disciples, who are distinguished by their zeal for book distribution. While traveling with you and your disciples in Europe, I was captivated by your magnetic Shakti. Although brief, our conversation about the necessity of book distribution further impelled me to want to serve you. My only hope in this life is to cling onto your lotus feet by making your instructions one with my heart. Please be merciful upon this fallen soul. Your servant, Bhakti Nick. Well, I do want to say one more. No, just when I took shelter under Maharaj, it was on Balaram Purnima, and I was reading Krishna book, and I was just outside reading, and when I looked up, he was sitting right next to me, like literally by Krishna's arrangement. And by that moment, I realized that he's truly the manifestation of Parampara within my heart. So I'm just truly grateful that I even had to have a conversation with him. We talked for about 20 minutes, and I meditate on that conversation almost every day. So so yeah, thank you, Bhakti Vikasa Swami, for allowing me to take shelter on your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
one breath.
I have listened to many lectures. I'm sorry. I have listened to many lectures and talks and spoken by you, Guru Maharaj. I am so grateful for all the charity and comfort the lectures and classes have given my mind. Having had the opportunity to travel to Europe following your holiness changed my life. I've never seen someone so steady, sincere, strong, and humble all at the same time. You have moved my cold heart to desire to be more better, to strive, to work sincerely, to purify my heart. How your holiness has dedicated your human form of life to serve your Guru, Srila Prabhupada, is inspiring and worthy of much praise. I am forever grateful to Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, and His Holiness for allowing me to have your mercy to learn how to love the beautiful cowherd boy that steals butter at our hearts. I'm a fallen conditioned soul trapped in Maya, having turned away from the absolute truth. And you have been a beacon of light guiding me back to the light. Thank you. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, I was so much very afraid of how I could guide the spirit soul that has been given to me in my care, Topaz Mataji. But I know that she is safe in Krishna consciousness and with your disciples. Thank you so much.
Next, Mother Deja. Next, be ready. Is Anaya Mataji you have? No, okay. Then Mother Iman. Yes, you also have? Okay, all right. So next, Mother Iman. And then after that, Bhakti Topaz. Okay.
Respected Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your holiness in His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Through the adamant suggestion of your empowered servant Mahotsaha Das, I've recently begun studying your book on speaking strongly in Srila Prabhupada's service. It is teaching me so much about what it means to truly imbibe the mood of Srila Prabhupada, developing genuine soul-to-soul compassion through honest dialogue and presentation of Krishna consciousness. Though I am very much still fallen, it is by your mercy that I find myself evolving and discovering better ways to be of service, even when my efforts feel to be rather small and insignificant. Through the example you've set in total dedication to your own spiritual master, you teach me what it means to be aspiring to be the servant of the servant of the servant, to remain chaste to Krishna by remaining chaste to you. It is only by your mercy that my feeble attempts to serve in Srila Prabhupada's mission is seen to be a possibility. My sincerest prayer is to always remain attached to your lotus feet. Although I am completely incapable of encapsulating your glories in the mercy you have bestowed in my life into words, my modest attempt to do so is presented below. Your kindness, your eloquence, humility, and strength, beyond the illusion derived and wholly sent. Grounded serenity in each mantra you embrace, with words sharp as swords you clear out the pathway. In the mood of Lord Chaitanya, you give us the key. Hare Krishna, take to chanting, find release. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, resonance of deep concern. Rise out of this material slumber, and in remembrance do not return. In each word expressing reverence, unleashed is binding truth. To open our eyes in stark remembrance, pursuing love of God, we found you. Hare Rama, Parampara, inviting youth, awakening this joyful spirit in service and thought of you. In formality and totality, you've awakened my heart to hear. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, by your sound vibration, I know Krishna is near. In your words, we find the answers to pure desire and honest need. To make it home back to Godhead, we fall helpless at your lotus feet. Unqualified and in desperation, we hope against all hope itself, that by your mercy and correction we can see nothing else. To be a humble blade of grass, holding your light so dear, through the guiding torch of transcendental knowledge, under your shelter we lose all fear. May I learn to serve you better, your lowly servant, Bhakti and Deja.
Dearest Guru Maharaj, I offer my respectful and humble obeisances unto you. All glories to Sri Guranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories unto you. I want to first thank you for your numerous and consistent preaching and guidance through your online videos and lectures, from which I first began developing an indirect connection with you. As time went on, I began applying your teachings to my life, which helped me maintain reason to serve you and the devotees of the Krishna Life Temple. After witnessing how so many of your disciples and aspiring devotees here are very happy with your guidance, I knew that you were more exalting than I could ever imagine. Words cannot explain my appreciation for you and how you've helped me reconnect my forgotten relationship with the Supreme Lord, and how you reflect Srila Prabhupada's mission, which I strongly strive to follow as well. The day I was distributed books which introduced me to this movement only happened due to one of your loyal disciples carrying out your mission, but that wouldn't have happened if you, dear Guru Maharaj, didn't constantly speak on fulfilling your own spiritual master's mission, or if he didn't keep fulfilling his spiritual master's mission, and so on and so forth. Now, my only desire is to fully stay sheltered at your lotus feet, to allow your guidance to drive my life in spirit and Krishna consciousness. I know that the spirit soul is so very small, and I know Krishna resides in everyone's heart as the topmost supersoul, but there are many unfortunate persons in this world who may never grasp that nectar of fully understanding their eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality Godhead, Sri Krishna, even myself included. Therefore, I pray to never be without your lit torch of knowledge, whose light guides me out of Maya's constant darkness, whom day after day drags me by her clutches of illusion towards enjoyment and sense gratification. I am no better than the worm in stool, playing and indulging in my own sorrows, but through you I know to always follow the instructions of the spiritual master, read Srila Prabhupada's books, and conduct myself through Shastra. Material enjoyment means nothing to me. I only wish to submissively surrender myself unto you and thoroughly follow your instructions, which I see as my only duty in life. I am an insignificant, emotionally driven, unsure of Krishna's intentions for me at times, slow at learning, and possess a neophyte mindset, but I only feel security through your continuous preaching, faith lectures, and mood, which washes my mind plagued by illusion. This offering and other measly words cannot thank you enough for continuously preaching on Srila Prabhupada's, Krishna's, and the Parampara's teachings, which provides the cure to beat impersonalism prevalent in this age of cruel hypocrisy and confusion. I thank you for being the reason behind how I was introduced to the movement and to the Supreme Lord through your disciples who have showed me true love of Godhead. I know this developing love is a process, but I hope it will never deplete, only if I abide by your teachings and guidance, which helps me battle this world of Maya every day in this lifetime. Currently, you gave me the best instructions to follow in my new placement in Krishna consciousness. Follow all the basic practices of Krishna consciousness and to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. No matter where I am placed, no matter the situation, no matter my association, I intend to only follow the instructions of my spiritual master and to stay at the molecule of a mere drop of mercy at your lotus feet. My life is meaningless, my mind is a void, my actions are dealt by impure intentions, but you have shown me the gift of Krishna's causeless mercy by crushing my false ego and melted my cold heart into an aspiring, abiding, and submissive servant. Dear Gurudev, every word emanating from your lotus mouth is a song, and my ears are always open to listen. Every step you take marks a place of ignorance. Every step you take marks a place of pilgrimage on this material, ignorant creation. You emanate the radiant love of the Sankirtan movement that is the best service in this quarrelsome age. My measly words are not enough to cover your everlasting nature that I have grown to love, but if I can say anything at all, it is that I only wish to say thank you, Guru Maharaj, for being so kind to this wretched fallen soul. From an inspiring, insignificant servant, Bhakti Niman.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to your holiness. I am a conditioned soul in this material world, bewildered by Maya. I am absorbed in sense gratification, but you are so merciful unto me. My mom, Mahabhoga Devi Dasi, and I moved to Atlanta by Krishna's arrangement. Your disciple, Abhimanya Sutta Prabhu, stopped us at Piedmont Park and distributed a stack of books to us. We are truly suffering in this material world, but it was beneficially
but it was beneficial because our suffering made us eager to take up Krishna consciousness. As we struggle in Tulasi ashram, I am constantly remember that it's so much better than my material life. I appreciate the Brahmacharya ashram because it gives me the opportunity to surrender unto you. During my time here, I have seen Krishna releasing me from attachments to this material world by allowing me to be absorbed in Srila Prabhupada's mission by your mercy. As I got older, I became more and more scared to enter the world, taking on boring occupation, and most of all, be alone. But by the mercy of your Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj and your disciples, I am learning Srila Prabhupada's instruction. And I know I'll never be alone, nor was I ever alone, because I have an eternal position as a servant of your servant. When my mom and I recently met you in Atlanta, you spoke to my mom, your servant, Mahabhoga Devi Dasi, and instructed me with encouragement to chant 60 rounds. I struggled to chant 60 rounds, but really desired to do so. Shortly after our conversation, I am now chanting 60 rounds daily. Thank you for giving me shelter at your lotus feet. You are the king of the sannyasis, your aspiring servant, Bhakti Topas.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapisthaya Bhutare Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Namine. I just want to recall a memory with me and Mahotsa Prabhu when we were in New Talavan, and I was speaking with Tejas Prabhu for some time. And it was relatively late at night, around 9 o'clock, 9:30. And as I was walking back to where we were staying, by the mercy of the Lord, Trace was given an instruction to find what's similar to a neem twig. A neem tree has all the qualities and the benefit, but it's not a neem twig. And Guru Maharaj spotted it like miraculously during an herb walk my grandpa gave, and he just spotted a dead leaf, from afar, which was really like amazing. Anywho, so by the mercy of the Lord, I had that privilege to be able to try to find it because I kind of knew. So me and Mahotsa Prabhu went all the way to the tree, and we were like kind of freaking out because it was dark. But anywho, I remember him saying you could tell by the bitter taste, so I just ate the leaf and it was bitter. So we were like, yeah, this is bitter. This has to be it. So we grab the twig, and we go all the way back to where Guru Maharaj is staying, okay? And we bring it in, and we give it to Gauranga Prasad Prabhu, and I think Gauranga Prasad gives it to Guru Maharaj, right? And then Guru Maharaj says, it's too small, too weak. It won't work. Me and Mahotsa Prabhu did not care. Not 15 minutes. It was like, okay, the whole thing took about 15 minutes, but so we were ecstatic. We did not care. So we ran all the way back to this neem tree, which is about 2-minute run, to find another piece, and it was a little bigger, so we got another one, came all the way back to Guru Maharaj, and we gave it to Guru Maharaj, and he looked at it, he was, and we're like, no problem, we'll get another one, no problem, we'll get another. And so me and Mahotsa were in ecstasy that night. We're walking like, man, like, we'll take down the whole damn tree if we have to. We got a tractor over here. We'll bury it, take everything out. We'll bring the whole damn tree to the trailer. We did not care. It was the bliss of engaging in the service of Sri Guru cannot be described. Externally, it seemed like so much suffering. Like if you were doing it for some karmi, like bro, like come on, just take the twig. Like come on. But it's like no, we're like engaging in the service of Sri Guru like directly. He's giving instruction. We're out here. It's late at night, but we were so blissed out. So finally, we got the twig and brought it back. And Guru Maharaj was pleased, and it was so amazing. And Mahotsa Prabhu had the Divya Gyan that night. He had the Divya Gyan, and he said, Guru Maharaj, would you like your lotus feet massage? And Guru Maharaj allowed us to massage his lotus feet. And Prabhu, I never knew what lotus feet was. It was like a speculation, but when I've actually massaged his feet, they were the softest feet you will ever feel, Prabhu. So, anywho, Brahmani Bhamite Kone Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhaktalate Beach. It's so amazing. I've gone through many lifetimes as a hog, dog, and a worm and stool, and by the mercy of Krishna, he uses Guru Maharaj as an instrument to pick up the fallen conditioned soul and put them in Dodi and Korta and Tilak and give them a Shika and engage in the service of a pure devotee and engage in the service of his devotees. And so it's such a privilege to be able to engage in a Vaishnava who not only contains all good qualities, all materially good qualities, so-called, from an external point of view, but all the great qualities of Krishna, because he is a representative of Krishna as well. And so, in this way, he even contains the greatest quality of mercy, which he's in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. He's distributing upon all the conditioned souls, in the form of his desire to distribute Prabhupada's books. So in this way, he is extraordinary compassion unto fallen conditioned souls and the very life and soul of Krishna life. And I just pray to Guru Maharaj that you may bless all of us so that we can continue to engage in your service birth after birth and continue to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Swami Ki Jai.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So, Abhimanyu Sutta, ready for Artik. So now we will offer Pushpanjali to His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj. After Pushpanjali, actually now the offering can also be taken. I just wanted to display it for a little bit. And all devotees who have written offerings, kindly email it to me, and I'll put it all in one PDF and send it to Maharaj. Okay, all right. Hare Krishna. So request everybody to kindly rise. Jitagirish Prabhu and Bhakta Thai, can you take Achaman cup and go around with the flowers? After you're done, I guess, the Matajis have their own set, so this is all for the men. No, wait. Not even that. We're going to offer Pushpanjali first. Can you bring the book? You have to go right behind them so that you know who's got the water to purify their hands. Okay, so the way the Pushpanjali is performed is please gather flowers. The Matajis don't have them. So you'll have to gather enough flowers to offer 3 times. So divide your flowers into 3 portions, and then with every time you would offer 1 portion after we say Esha Pushpanjali. So men will offer first, and then the women can come from there and offer. Devotees who are offering obeisances, please go behind so that you're not blocking the way. You offer obeisances. Yes, Mataji? No. I never heard of that. Okay. All right. So devotees can repeat after me. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकास स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वतीति नामिने श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत द्वांतहारिणे ओके नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलम्भ रसाम्भोदे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुग वरायते गौराविर्भाव भूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रियः वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते जयतां सुरतौ पंगो मम मंद मतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदां भोजौ राधा मदन मोहनौ दिव्य वृंदारण्य कल्प द्रुमादः श्रीमद् रत्नांगार सिंहासन स्थौ श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवौ प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान रास रसारंभी वंशीवट ततस्थितः कर्षण वेणु स्वनैर गोपीनाथ श्रेयस गोपीर गोपीनाथ श्रेयस्तु नः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So now we will chant Maharaj's Pranam Mantra 3 times, each time followed by Esha Pushpanjali, and you will offer each portion. So you have 3 portions, you have flowers split into 3 portions, you will offer each portion after we chant Esha Pushpanjali. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamin Iti Namine Esha Pushpanjali. His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj ki jai. To be able to keep this mic somewhere, otherwise I have to fling it. Huh? Okay, and then I'll collect it from you. So I had to fling. It was nice. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamin Iti Namine Esha Pushpanjali. His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamin Iti Namine Esha Pushpanjali.
His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Swami Yatindra ki jai.
Start. Blow the conch. Blow the conch. Yeah. He's gonna blow the conch.
We're standing.
Standing, of course. Start. Don't understand.
Oh, you know that.
sing the tune.
Nija Guru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto Parihrita Pitrige Haryandha Sangsara Kupaha
Parihita Pitrige Haryandha Sangsara Kupaha
Nija Guru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto Parihrita Pitrige Haryandha Sangsara Kupaha
Guru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Vichinto
Prabhu Bhajana Sukabdhau Majjayan Swang Savishvo Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Nija Sukhamati Shunyo Yo Haronyasta Sarvo Krita Bhuvanam Amandam Yena Krishna Arpanena Ayam Prithaga Vidha Dhyana Yukto Virakto Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Guru Vadana Vidhor Nisyandita Desha Vrindam Vrita Nibrita Sarit Samplavita Shesha Deshaha Harirati Bhaladana Swadanananda Dhama Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Hari Jana Gana Badhi Jnana Karmandahari Prakatita Bhara Bhakti Bhakti Siddhanta Kanti Vinayani Kara Lakshmir Nimna Medhaira Gamyo Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Braja Jana Rasa Vedi Prarchita Shri Jaya Shri Saha Parikara Gaurang Hyankita Swanta Bhumi Bhuvana Vedita Tirtha Stoma Kirtir Vitayi Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Pratiparamanukālam Kashta Shadvegadami Sakala Karana Deeparadhita Shri Murarihi Pratiparamanukālam Kashta Shadvegadami Sakala Karana Deeparadhita Shri Murarihi Iti Dharanihitam Swikritya Sakshadharitvam Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Bhagavaratula Murtau Prema Sampatti Shali Pratihata Taravagnonya Krita Dvaita Kumbhi Saduditamanutushyan Balishabhrantimasyan Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha निज जन परिरक्षा दक्ष मीनाक्षी लक्ष पिशुनमति विदीर्णं त्राहि मां कामगीर्ण तव गुणकृतिरूपं नेत्रकर्णादिरङ्गे प्रथयतु मम दिव्यं ताण्डवं कृष्णदृष्टे भुवि जयति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वो यतीन्द्र भुवि जयति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वो यतीन्द्रः भुवि जयति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वो यतीन्द्र भुवि जयति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वो यतीन्द्रः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति विकास स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज होलीनेस भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जय। हिज होलीनेस भक्ति विकास महाराज श्री व्यास पूजा महामहोत्सव की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद